How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ben Burnside Show, coming at you from Fresno. I am here, obviously, with my hat to talk about the major blockbuster trade that took place yesterday. It was the trade between the LA Rams and the Detroit Lions in exchange for what? Well, let me tell you the first part of the trade at least. The LA Rams in a blockbuster trade, maybe the biggest trade already of this offseason. That's happening super quick. You know, there could be other bigger trades than that. Obviously, the Deshaun Watson one might be a far bigger trade. Aaron Rodgers could play a big role in all this. He might be the biggest trade if he decides to leave Green Bay. But we have the big blockbuster trade right now that is setting the precedent for the biggest move already in the offseason is my LA Rams acquiring Matt Stafford from the Detroit Lions. And in exchange, the Detroit Lions take two of future LA Rams first-round draft picks, as well as taking one of their third-round draft picks of this year, and also attaining former now, LA Ram. Well, no, still current because the trade isn't official. It's pretty much speculative, I think, at this point. Current LA Rams quarterback Jared Goff, number one pick for the LA Rams, and as you all know, a quarterback that has taken the LA Rams to the Super Bowl for the first time in 15 years or so when he did. Major trade by the LA Rams and the Detroit Lions. I got to be honest with you. My first reaction to this, I didn't know what to think. I got to be honest. My reaction now, I mean, I don't see it much more clearly now than I did then. I don't know what to think. I really don't. I'm very hopeful. I'm more so optimistic and happy than I am sad. Well, I don't know. We just lost two future first-round draft picks when we already don't have a draft pick for this coming draft. So we're not going to have a draft pick until 2024, or a first-round draft pick until 2024, unless we decide to make some trade moves. Who's the insider for the NFL on ESPN? Adam Schefter. As Adam Schefter said on ESPN, you should make as many moves as possible to get the right quarterback for your team. I agree with that, but man, the LA Rams, I swear to God, they do not give a fuck about first round draft picks. They have traded off their first round draft picks since like the 2017 year, apparently, according to ESPN, and they really don't seem to care. Oh, sorry, 1 second, guys. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. So anyway, yeah, I don't really know what to think about this trade considering the first round draft picks, and the Rams really, they just don't seem to care about their future. They seem to care about the right now, which I kind of like. I like that I really like. I like to know that my Rams are trying to go to the Super Bowl right now. And maybe it's a smart move because, if they have the team that they want now for the next few years at least, then they don't have to worry about what they get in the draft. They have all the players they need for the next couple of years. So maybe it's really a smart move by the LA Rams. Hopefully after this year they don't go crazy with their off-season stuff, because how at some point you got to pay for it, right? At some point you got to pay in giving away all these draft picks. But let's talk about Matt Stafford in particular. I think he's better than Jared Goff. I'm more convinced. I'm not a football expert, but I think he's probably better than Jared Goff. And I just think that I'm more confident in him. I think he has more to prove. I think he has a chip on his shoulder, and I'm very interested to see how Matt Stafford is as an NFL quarterback without having the excuse of dealing with the Detroit Lions and their bad management. They're apparently bad management. Well, no, clearly they've lost all the time. So yeah, bad management. I'm a little worried for Jared Goff, even though he's not really my concern now. Jared Goff, I think his trajectory is going to go down with the Detroit Lions, considering their history. But hopefully the first round picks help. I think the Detroit Lions are going to get Jamar Chase probably for their first pick in the draft, which is like number 2 or 3 overall. And yeah, that could be a great wide receiver for Goff. So a good start for him, a nice added weapon. So it would be kind of like a Calvin Johnson because apparently Jamar Chase is like the biggest wide receiver in the draft or one of the biggest. So very cool to see. As for the Rams, I think this makes them an even better team. I'm willing to think that. This could either be a really good thing or a really really bad thing for the LA Rams. I think it's going to be a good thing. I'm probably Matt Stafford seems like a better quarterback, so hopefully that will be the case. Um, so yeah, what's another thing here? Sorry guys, one sec. Hello, hello. I am back again. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Well, okay, never mind. Well, anyway, I just think that Matt Stafford will be a very good pickup for the Rams. I think they'll be a very effective team, and I think they're the favorite now. They are quite arguably the favorite. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks are obviously there, but they are more of a favorite now to win the NFC West than they even were, by the end of their tenure this year. And by the end of their tenure this year, I felt like they won the NFC West. They were the last remaining NFC West team standing. They beat the other NFC West team that was still alive in the playoffs. They beat them. They beat them in the first round of the playoffs. They, to me, are already the NFC West champions. So I hope with Matt Stafford, he's really going to do some serious damage here for the Rams. And I think I'm just nervous. That's all. Because I know Matt Stafford's a good quarterback. He's held his job for 12 years, but it's like he hasn't won a playoff game yet. He still hasn't won one. And he's been in the league for 12, 13 years now. So hopefully this is a calling that Matt Stafford is not going to have the Detroit Lions hold him back, and he's going to do some great work as an LA Ram. So, cheers to it. Hope that it will work out. As for the Lions, I don't think it will work out, frankly, with Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff was under better management, probably with Sean McVay, and Jared Goff is probably going to decline over time with the Detroit Lions, even though there will be more first-round picks for him in the future. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand in all this. What was the Rams also they gave away one of the 2 third-round picks for this year's draft in order to get Matt Stafford. Man, are the Rams allergic to draft picks? I swear to God, it's like the NFL draft's my favorite thing of the entire National Football League. That's my favorite part. And it sucks to see the Rams just hate the draft, like hate it. They just shop everything out. But you know what? We're gonna get Matt Stafford, so I'm not complaining, man. But I'm not celebrating either. I'm kind of nervous. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So that is my thought on the LA Rams draft pick here, or the LA Rams draft. Let me check and see. What the NFL mock draft has to say, the ultimate draft simulator, for both the Detroit Lions and the LA Rams, considering this trade now as an influence to the simulator. So I don't think the draft simulator on the Pro Football Network's website really took this trade into account yet because it's not an official trade and all that stuff. Plus I tried it already and it didn't take this trade into account. So I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to do a mock draft for both the Detroit Lions and the LA Rams, and I'm going to see exactly how this affects the draft for this year for the LA Rams and the Detroit Lions. The Rams, they're not going to have much of a draft this year unless they trade around during the draft, let's be honest. So with that being said, let's go start with the Detroit Lions, since they're not my favorite team. And okay, start simulation. Um, so the Lions are going to have 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years. That's pretty awesome. So Jared Goff is going to have 4 first-round picks if no trade happens for the Lions. I bet something's going to happen for them to where they get an even better deal. So I honestly I kind of like the Lions. You know, the Detroit Lions organization. I kind of hope they succeed. So let's hope. Alrighty, let's go ahead and draft here for the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions start with the 7th pick. And okay, so they're at pick number 7 for the draft simulator. And I have 2 trade offers. Okay, so I have 1 trade offer from the Jaguars. I get their 25th pick, 33rd pick, and 45th pick in exchange for my 7th pick and my 3rd round pick. And for the Colts, I get their 21st pick, the 84th pick, and the 1st round pick for next year. I'm going to reject that deal. For the Jaguars, so I get their 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round pick. The Jaguars this year have 2 first round picks. Man. No, I'm going to reject it. 7 is just too high to reject. So that's like a franchise type of player you expect to get that high in the draft for. The highest person on the board for the Lions is Jalen Waddle from Alabama, and the Lions, they according to what they need, according to this mock draft simulator, the team needs for the Detroit Lions are wide receiver, linebacker, defensive tackle, quarterback, and cornerback. Well, obviously, quarterback is not a need for them anymore with Jared Goff, so that's not an option. Let's see. The highest one on the board is a wide receiver. And so I'll go ahead and take Jalen Waddle, who's the only main wide receiver left. So I'm going to take him. Then we're going to move down the draft, going out to the 2nd round. The next pick for the Lions is pick number 41. And I have 2 trade offers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers want my 41st and 106th picks in exchange for their 63rd, 94th, and their 2nd round pick for next year. The other trade offer, I should say, is from the Atlanta Falcons. They want my 41st and my 140th pick for this year's draft in exchange for their 68th pick in this year's draft and their 2nd and 3rd round picks for next year's draft. Man, that's a tough one. We get some serious wins for next year's draft. I don't know. That's a big drop, 41 to 68. And we lose pick 140. And that's a big drop from 41 to 63 with what the Buccaneers are offering. But we also get a 2nd round pick for next year. Okay, so we get an additional thing. Well, I'm going to reject the Falcons offer because the Buccaneers offer is better. And that's a tough one. You know what? Screw it. I like that they're giving me another 2nd round pick, which means I would get, if I was the Lions, I would get 2 first round picks next year and 2 2nd round picks the year after that. So, man, I'm going to accept. Okay. Shit, I didn't look at the board to consider my picks. Okay, I had one trade offer for 63. It was the Buccaneers again. I told them to F off. So I'm at pick 63. Who did the Bucks get? They got a defensive end, which I think I didn't need, but I still need a linebacker, a defensive tackle, and a cornerback. So, okay, a wide receiver. No. A cornerback was taken off the board. Could have gotten him. Dylan Moses was taken off the board. Okay. But I wouldn't have got. Well, I could have gotten Moses. Let's see who's in the player pool at 63. So I didn't lose that many potential ones. I also need a defensive tackle. The top player on the board right now is a defensive tackle in Jay Tufele from USC. Jalen Waddle, by the way, is from Alabama. That was the Lions' first pick in the draft. I don't know if this is in order for team needs from left to right of the needs they list for the Lions, because the wide receiver was the top pick, and I've heard experts that was the top position on the list of needs in terms of left to right, and I've heard experts say that the Lions should get a wide receiver in the first draft. So I guess that's the most important thing. So that means the second most important thing is a linebacker. Third is a defensive tackle, and the last is a cornerback. In order of their needs. Let's see. Ooh. And this is pick number 63. Okay. That's too. Wow. So they have Jay Tufele. They have Aleem McNeil, who's also a defensive tackle. He's from NC State. They were projected to go a lot higher than my 63rd pick. You know what? I'm going to take the top guy on the board, Jay Tufele from USC. That's never a bad thing to pick a USC Trojan. Okay, next pick. I have one offer for my 72nd pick. It's from the Philadelphia Eagles. They want my 72nd pick for their 100th pick. Which is, I think, the first pick in the fourth round. And also, I would get their third round pick for next year's draft. So, who's on the board still? I still need a cornerback, and I need a linebacker. I really need a linebacker. Jabril Cox from LSU is still on the board at linebacker. If I don't take Jabril now, I won't get him. And Chaz Surratt's on the board, too. I'm sorry, that's too much talent on the board, and I need a linebacker. So reject Philadelphia's offer, even though I would have gotten an additional third-round pick. Take Jabril Cox from LSU. So I picked him. 88th pick. Lions are balling here. Oh, shit. Wasn't the 88th pick? Wait a minute. Oh, man. Uh-oh. It looks like the Lions... So, the Rams this year, until last night apparently, they had the 88th pick and the 97th pick in the third round for the draft. Apparently, the Rams gave the Lions the 88th pick and not the 97th pick in the draft. The Rams don't give a fuck about the draft. They don't care. Okay, whatever. The Lions, though, they have two third-round picks here, because their next pick is at number 94, with their next pick after that being 140. So they're balling right now, so they can trade. It makes sense for them to trade, kind of. They have two offers for pick number 88. They have from the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers want my 88th pick and my 7th round pick for next year's draft in exchange for their 107th pick for this year's draft and their 4th round pick for next year's draft. Interesting. Okay, so after that we got I think a better offer from the Houston Texans. So I'm going to delete the Panthers offer. Uh, they want my 88th pick and my 6th round pick for next year's draft in exchange for their 103rd pick and their 116th pick for this year's draft. You know what? 88 is a lot higher than 103, but let's see. I still need a cornerback, and I need a. I could use another linebacker, another wide receiver. I desperately need a cornerback, though. Tricky. I don't know what the next. Oh, no. I don't know who the next cornerback would be. Okay, well, the next cornerback is not till is projected to be picked at 122, so I could afford this trade. Uh, yeah, I'll accept the deal from the Texans. So they have my 88th pick. Let's see here. Was it okay? Another. I have two offers for my 94th pick in the third round, but I don't think I'm going to give it to either one. The Seahawks are offering their 123rd, their 154th, and their fourth round pick for next year's draft in exchange for the 94th pick and my fifth round pick for next year's draft. No, I don't know about that. After that, and also the Falcons are offering for my 94th pick and my 7th round pick for next year's draft in exchange for their 102nd pick and their 135th pick for this year's draft. Interesting. Well, the Falcons have a better offer, so I'm going to reject the Seahawks. Damn. I'm sorry that I'm looking down, guys. I'm just looking on my phone here because, it's just I just can't do it on here. I'm gonna. Damn, I don't know. Who. When people offer me trades, I look at who's available on the board in terms of players. Wow. Okay, there's a couple defensive tackles on the board. I'm looking for a cornerback, though. Okay, Rodarius Williams is still on the board from Oklahoma State. There's another cornerback available at 122, as I mentioned earlier. Damn. You know what? That's not a bad proposal, honestly. I don't see anybody that's available. Oh, there's a wide receiver available who on the board named De'Ami Brown who I could take. Damn. This is tough. There's a lot of wide receivers, though, available in the next round, so how much does it really matter for my second wide receiver? I'm going to accept the Falcons' offer. It's a good offer. Okay, nobody offered to trade for my next pick. And yeah, that De'Ami Brown was taken for the Rams. That's pretty funny. Another wide receiver that I looked at was taken too. God damn. And two defensive tackles that I was looking at were taken. So I get the 102nd and 103rd pick. So who's available on the board? Another defensive tackle. Who's the next cornerback? Just take the next cornerback on the board. So I'll go ahead and take Rodarius Williams from Oklahoma State for 103. And I have a trade offer for my other pick here. This is from the Indianapolis Colts for my 103rd pick. They want my 133rd pick as well as my 5th round pick for next year's draft in exchange for their 121st pick and my 152nd pick. That seems like kind of a low deal for me. I'm not going to take it, so reject. So I'm all filled out in team needs. I have at least one player filled out for my Detroit Lions in terms of team needs. So now it's about getting a second player, like a backup player for each team need position. I don't know what else the Lions need, quite frankly. I don't follow them very much, so I don't know what positions might need more filling that's outside of team needs. So, kind of sucks. I'm going to take the top player on the board, though, for my 103rd pick is Marlon Toy Puloto, another defensive tackle from USC. You know, that could be good chemistry-wise. I will take him for my pick. So, two USC defensive tackles I got here. I have a trade offer. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are offering to get. They want my current draft pick, which is 116. In exchange, I get their 130th pick and their 162nd pick. Not a horrible deal, but I could use a wide receiver at this point. Yeah, Marquez Stevenson, projected at 111, is on the board. I could use another cornerback too, another linebacker. No, screw that. The top person on the board is another linebacker, so I'm going to reject that. And I'm going to take Cameron McGrone from Michigan. The Lions for this one is having a good draft here. 135th pick. I have no trade offers, so I am good to go. So I'm just gonna take the next. I need a second wide receiver, so I'm gonna take the top wide receiver on the board, and that is Shi Smith, a wide receiver from South Carolina. So I will take him. Okay, I have another trade offer here. The Philadelphia Eagles. They are offering a trade for my 140th pick as well as a 5th round pick for next year's draft. And in exchange, I get their 143rd pick and their 200th pick. Are they scared I'm going to get somebody? I don't know. That seems like kind of a bad deal. I don't care about a 6th round pick or a 7th round pick. I don't know. That's tough. Like, I really don't care. I could use another linebacker, I think, too. Did I not get two linebackers? I think I missed. I had a key miss here in not getting a linebacker high up in the draft. Yeah, I didn't get a linebacker. Yeah, I got two defensive tackles. No, I got a linebacker. I got Jabril Cox. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what the Eagles want. The Eagles, they need, let's see, they need a wide receiver, cornerback, a guard, linebacker. So they desperately need wide receivers. I already got two wide receivers, so I'm okay. I don't know. I don't really care, but it seems like a bad deal. I'm getting a pick from a lower round, so I'm going to reject that offer. Let's see, who's highest up on the board that I could use? I could use another linebacker. I'm going to take Amen Ogbongbemiga from Oklahoma State for my next pick. So I have two positions from my needed one. I could use an additional cornerback, but that's pretty much it after that. And I don't have a pick. I'm in the 200s. Do I have another pick? No, that's pretty much it. Wow, okay. Well, I had a good fucking draft, I'll tell you that, for the Detroit Lions. They got Jalen Waddle. They got two defensive tackles from USC. They got a cornerback from Oklahoma State. They got Cameron McGrone from Michigan, who I always had the Rams draft. I don't know if they're going to be able to draft him now since they gave up a 3rd round pick. They got two wide receivers, and they got two linebackers. And they got a 2nd round pick for next year's draft. This would be an awesome draft for the Lions. So this could be a great developing time for the Detroit Lions if they play their cards right. But it comes down to management. Are they going to be good in terms of managing the team upstairs? Now let's go to, well, and obviously the players playing well, but let's go to the Rams. The Rams should have a very uneventful draft unless they trade, which I don't intend to really trade at this point, you know. But so okay, so I'm going to wait till the third round. What the heck? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Got to restart the draft here. I've accidentally picked the Cardinals to simulate. I'm going to the Rams now. Yeah, the Rams are going to have some very uneventful drafts the next few years. So it is what it is. I kind of don't. I wish they did have eventful drafts, but they're going to be a good team. That's what's important. Okay, so we're at the first pick for the Rams, which is all the way down late in the second round, pick number 57. The Rams have two trade offers already for this pick. They want my 57th pick and my 187th pick in exchange for the Titans. Uh, they want an 85th pick. They would give me their 85th pick, so back again to two third round picks, and I'd also get their second round pick for next year's draft, which I could use. Interesting, because the Rams are going to be in a drought for the draft for the next few years. The Seahawks are also offering a trade here. They would give me their 123rd pick and a second round pick for next year, and also in exchange for my 57th pick and a 7th round pick for Miami for next year. Well, the better trade offer is from the Titans, so bye-bye Seahawks. And, that's tough. No, I have a second round pick now. No, I'm not going to accept that offer. So reject. So who's best available on the board? The Rams could use. They need a linebacker primarily. They also badly need a tight end. They could use a center. I would argue they could use an offensive tackle as well, but I don't know. They could use a defensive end and a safety, and that's all in order except for the tackle. I just threw that one in there. So a linebacker. Dylan Moses is on the board. I'm going to take him from Alabama, national championship team. So picked him all the way down to 97. All the way down. The Packers are offering me a trade. They want my 97th and 187th pick. In exchange, I would get their 129th, their 160th, and their 4th round pick for next year's draft. That's an interesting trade offer. That is an interesting trade offer. The next thing, who's on the board? Because I need a tight end now. Okay, all the tight ends are off the board at least till like the later rounds. The center from Kentucky, Drake Jackson, is still on the board. I would get him usually next. There's no guarantee Drake Jackson will still be on the board by a later pick. 160 though, that's a nice additional pick because I've lost a lot of draft picks. Man, this is tough. And I get another 4th round pick for next year's draft, which I could use. That's tough. If I don't get the center, Drake Jackson, I can get the center from Georgia. That's not that big of a deal. I could use a tight end though. They would be around pick 160. Okay, well, not bad. Not a bad situation. You know what? I'm going to accept that because, frankly, I would lose the 187th pick. So what would I really gain? No, I'm not going to take it. I know the fourth round, the additional fourth round pick for next year's draft sounds tempting, but no, no, I'm not going to take it. So what's next? It just, I, the better players are available now. Um, so no tight end. So I am going to take. Hmm, I am going to take the center. Actually, who's tight end? Oh, Kenny Yabua from Mississippi is still on the board. I'm going to take him. I'm going to take Kenny Yabua from Mississippi. All right, going all the way the hell down. The Rams really seem to be trading a lot of their draft picks over the years. It's getting fucking ridiculous. We're at the 180s. 187 is the next pick. That's fucking ridiculous, man. And I obviously have no trade offers this late in the draft. So the next need I have is a center. I'll get him last because I know the next center is like projected to be 253. So there's no point in getting him now, right? Yeah, that next one's projected to be at 280. So yeah, that sucks. Hmm. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well. Well, who's available? We could use an additional linebacker. Use a defensive end. Uh, Damn it. Maybe I should have taken that trade pick. That was a dumb move. Uh, hmm. Who's the best on the board still? Ooh, a defensive end is right there. Okay. We got our two main ones though. We got a linebacker and the tight end. Center I can get for my last pick. So it really a defensive end or a safety. It's going to be a defensive end I need here. I'm going to take Malcolm Kuntz from Buffalo as my next pick. Yeah, he's going to be next. Malcolm Kuntz. I usually get him in a mock draft too. And for my last pick, that's available. Let's see here. Let's see. There's an additional linebacker. At this point, like the center, I don't think the center is like going to be good enough in the NFL. I'm just being honest. So maybe I should get an effective linebacker or something. Or I should get a safety even. Hmm. Yeah, this is tough. I don't know. Hmm. Let's see. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna get another linebacker because he's high up on the board and just do that. It's gonna be. Hmm. I need a center. That's a big deal. He's too high up. I can sign him as a free agent or something. Yeah, I could sign one as a free agent and just do that. Um, I'm gonna take Patty Fisher, who's a linebacker from Northwestern. That way, I have two players on my most needed position for the draft. So that will be my draft. So I got four players for the Rams in the draft. Not a very effective draft, but it is what it is. So there I go. I didn't take any trade offers. Probably should have with the Packers, but it is what it is. So that is my draft right there. So so there you have it. The Rams are going to have to do at least one trade to get an additional draft pick, but it's going to be probably later in the draft for this draft. And that's just the way it's going to be because they have a serious drought of draft picks. They don't have a single draft pick going from pick 97 as of right now to 160. They don't have any draft picks. No, it's not 160. It's no, they're like 187, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 187. It's nuts. They have four draft picks. They need to. They need to. They need to listen to these trade offers. Hopefully, they'll at least listen to one for the later rounds of the draft. But you know what? Still, I'm happy with the Matt Stafford thing. I'm I'm optimistically happy, I should say, because I don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully, it will turn out good, and my worries will kind of go away. Because really, I think this is a better move for the Rams in terms of quarterback position, and that's the main position in football. So look out for the Rams, NFC West. That's all I got to say. That makes me happy to say. So bring it on. Alrighty, guys, what do you guys think about this big blockbuster trade news as well as my draft simulator? Is there a team that you want me to simulate for their draft? Go ahead and let me know, and I'll do a video on them. I will do a single whole video on that team and try to do a draft simulator. The draft simulator, the information on there has seemingly changed, actually, considering the trade. They already accounted the trade situation happening, and I guess the trade is official. It is official, right? Because they traded the third-round draft pick, so that's a big fucking deal. Or they're gonna announce the trade like immediately once the draft starts. I don't know how that all works, so I guess we'll find out. But what do you guys think? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments section below if you want me to do a draft simulator on your team. And also, what do you guys think about the trade? Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and I would be happy to talk to you about some football. So go ahead and leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe to my channel where I have a bunch of other videos involving many different things, movie reactions, discussions about sports, discussions about politics, discussions about random shit. Let me know that you subscribe and go ahead and watch any video you want on there. It's all yours to enjoy. Alrighty, guys. Until then, I will see you in the Super Bowl, and you guys have a great day. Have a great upcoming week, and I will catch you on the burn side. See you guys in the next video.